Good evening and welcome to Estuary TV News with me, James Dunn. On tonight's show, North East Lincolnshire Council find a way to save money and save the environment. Also tonight, Erica Barker takes a look ahead at the weekend sport. And finally, I talk to Jonathan Byrne about why thousands of people are choosing to sleep rough this month. But first, here's Emma Lingard with the news headlines.
Hello, the headlines today. The Health Secretary praises innovative GP practices in the area. Financial alternatives are offered to housing tenants, and planting trees to save money is the way forward in North East Lincolnshire. Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt says innovative practices being carried out by GPs in the area should be rolled out across the UK. During a visit to the Roxton practice in Immingham, Mr Hunt saw and heard about some of the things being carried out, including minor skin surgery for cancer patients. Protesters against NHS cuts turned up to barrack Mr Hunt.
I think it's a superb practice, and I think it's a very good example of where if you trust GPs with the local health budget, they do really enterprising, innovative things, and there's some brilliant things happening there. They've integrated the health and social care system much better than many parts of the country. And the big change we need in the NHS is to move from hospital care to out of hospital care, because we have a growing elderly population.
Within North East Links, we've been getting on and doing things in a very innovative way. I think sometimes we don't shout about it, and having the Secretary of State here today is actually some good recognition of the good work that we're doing.
4 lone males have all been assaulted in separate attacks in Hull. The incidents all happened on Tuesday in the Newland and University wards of the city between 5:40 and 7:30 in the evening. In each case, the men were approached by 2 to 3 men before being assaulted, and in one, property was stolen. None of the victims suffered serious injuries. A North East Lincolnshire housing provider is teaming up with Leeds Credit Union to offer financial alternatives for tenants. Shoreline Housing hopes by bringing in a range of services, including bill paying, budgeting and low-cost loans, it'll help people manage their money. They say the products will be a cheaper option when compared to those on the high street.
The irony is that often lower income households pay the highest rates of interest and are often the most disadvantaged when it comes to accessing financial products and bank accounts and credit cards and so forth. And we think an arrangement such as this with Leeds City Credit Union, who've got a fantastic track record over a number of years in doing this sort of thing, bringing this sort of product into North East Lincolnshire, working closely with them, we hope will be an attractive proposition for our tenants and their families, and they'll take advantage of it, and it will give them access to affordable finance.
Extra police have been drafted in to facilitate protests by 2 groups in Lincoln this Saturday. A group called the East Anglian Patriots and another known as Lincolnshire Against Fascism and Racism are to be in the City Square and Cornhill areas of the city. A 6-week consultation on Humberside Fire and Rescue Services plans has begun. The strategic plan outlines the key objectives for the organisation, and the integrated risk management plan identifies the risks facing communities. The consultation will involve staff, residents and partner agencies and close on the 26th of February. North East Lincolnshire Council has been planting tree saplings in the region in the hope to save the authority money. Turning Coombriggs Meadow in Immingham from a grassed amenity into woodland, ecology officers already believe the saplings will save the council over 50% in maintenance.
On this field we'll be saving about 60% in maintenance, and we'll be gaining 200% in environmental benefits. It is cheaper because we're not having to cut the grass, but in the end we'll have a nice woodland here, so it'll be better for the environment, it's better for people, so it's a better all round.
Grimsby Central Library reopens on Monday after 3 months of essential maintenance work. Parts of the library have been moved around to allow for better access by users. The building has also had an overhaul with new electrical and heating systems. Alan Glaves, who was known in the North Lincolnshire region, has died. Mr Glaves was a well-known local businessman who set up Alan Glaves International Haulage Company. Born in Sheffield, he was an avid Sheffield Wednesday supporter. He was also a past president of the Lions and did much work for the organisation in the UK and abroad. He died following a short illness. And that's all from me. Until next time, goodbye.
Thanks, Emma. Now, with unprecedented cuts to council budgets, saving money is a growing priority. But cutting can also cost money when it comes to grass. Emma Turner went to Immingham to find out how converting grassland to woodland will save money and improve habitats for local wildlife.
North East Lincolnshire Council believe they can save up to 60% in maintenance costs by changing Coombriggs Meadow in Immingham from an amenity grass into a woodland.
On this field we'll be saving about 60% in maintenance and we'll be gaining 200% in environmental benefits. It is cheaper because we're not having to cut the grass, but in the end we'll have a nice woodland here, so it'll be better for the environment, it's better for people, so it's a better all round.
Although the saplings currently being planted will take up to 20 years to reach the height of current trees in the area, the council's plans do not sit well with everyone.
Once they grow up, they will take all the light out of from my house and next doors. I've lived here 30 years now, and we've always had wildlife on the field, foxes and badgers, and so I don't think it'll make any difference. Children used to play on here, we don't get that anymore because they can't play ball or they can't even walk apart from the few paths they are through the middle.
Savings made at Coombriggs Meadow through tree planting are something the authority feel are transferable to other sites within the region.
We look at the different areas, see what we've got in them and how we can manage the areas differently in order to make the savings. This area, we was able to turn this into a woodland because we've got an amenity end for sports and play further up at Rovell Drive, joining onto it.
In the long term, it's hoped that the area will attract wildlife and benefit future generations living in Immingham.
It is for future generations. I certainly won't see it at its full benefit, but I mean, past generations have done it for us. We've got Wheelsby Woods, we've got Bradley Woods, Dixon's Woods. All those woodlands were put in by past generations and we're benefiting them now.
It's been an interesting week for local football sides, but not nearly as exciting as this weekend promises to be. Here's Erica Barker with the sport.
Hull City chairman Sam Alam has threatened to walk out on the club if the FA fails to back his plans to change the club's name to Hull Tigers. Grimsby travelled to Forest Green in vain on Tuesday. The game was stopped because of a floodlights failure after 30 minutes, with the score at 1-1. The game will be rearranged and Forest Green have promised either a refund or a free ticket to spectators at the last match when the fixture is announced. This weekend, Hull travel to face Norwich with new record signing Nikica Jelovic in their ranks. League Two leaders Scunthorpe host mid-table Wimbledon, hoping to go 5 points clear of second place Burton. Elsewhere, sixth place host fourth place Gateshead at Blundell Park tomorrow. The two clubs are separated by 1 point in the Skrill Premier. Brigg host the world's oldest football team Sheffield FC at the Hawthorns in the Evo-Stick First Division South. And finally, Cleethorpes are hoping for a win at home to Knaresborough Town in the Northern Counties East League Division 1.
Thanks, Erica. Now, those sleeping rough in our towns and cities often have no other option, but later this month, thousands of people across the country will choose to sleep on the streets for one night. Here with me today, I have Jonathan Byrne from the Humber YMCA to talk about the big Sleep Easy event, which takes place at various locations across the country. Welcome, John.
Hi, James.
Thanks for coming in today. So, first of all, tell me a little bit about what it is the YMCA does in the Humber region.
The YMCA has been in the Humber region for over 100 years, and our work is predominantly with young people, and we start at as young as 11 through work in schools, doing drop-down days where people learn about homelessness. We do detached work on the streets of of North East Lincolnshire, and then of course people probably know us best for the work we do with 98 young people in our hostels every day.
So you work directly with these people and help them in what way you can? What sort of ways is that?
That's right, yeah. It's all about homelessness prevention. If we can learn young people from the teenage years about the perils of homelessness and what path not to go down, and then for those that have unfortunately been made homeless, we're working with them on support plans to get them back into their own individual accommodation.
Because people have different needs, don't they? They're homeless for different reasons, is that right?
They certainly are, yeah. I think especially in these days of austerity, a lot of people finding it financially very difficult to manage. So you have people who come from a difficult financial background. We have family breakdowns and of course the usual substance misuse and things like that. And
roughly how many homeless people would you say that we have here in the Humber region?
I think the figure would be a lot more than the statistics would show, because you have what we would call the hidden homeless, which are people who sleep rough on the streets and who say sofa surf with friends, where they go from house to house.
What do the statistics show?
The statistics show to us that there's over 2,000
so more
homeless
than that?
There's over 2,000 homeless people in the Humber region, but the actual official statistics would show a lot less than that, probably 10% of that amount.
So we've got, you know, some of these people in temporary accommodations, some of them obviously sleeping rough. What's the Sleep Easy event about?
It's all about raising awareness and funds for homeless charities, really. We have a number of partners across the entire Humber region. We have 8 events, which 3 in Grimsby, 3 in Hull, 1 in Scunthorpe and 1 in Immingham. And the tagline is sleep rough so others don't have to. And we're asking people to participate by giving up one night to come out to a site and sleep rough for the night, and just it's only a small taster of what it must be like out on the streets, but if we can raise some much needed funds through that, then we can, and our partners can carry on the work with young homeless people in the region.
Now obviously it's hard and it's cold, but you get quite a lot of people involved, and there can be quite a good atmosphere there on the night, can't there?
There is, yeah. It is cold and it is tough, but we get around about 200 people sleeping rough across the region. So we have little competitions like building shelters, and at the minute there seems to be a little bit of a north-south divide on the fundraising front, and a bit of healthy competitiveness, because at the end of the day all the money is going to a good cause.
So where is it happening? Where is it in Grimsby and Hull, is that right?
We've got 4 what we would call public sites. Grimsby, it's at Freshney Place car park. In Scunthorpe, it's at New Life Church, and in Hull there are 2 sites, one at Wilberforce College and one at Holy Trinity Church. And then we can't forget the 4 youth-based organisations that are running their own sleep out events. We've got Franklin College doing one at the Sports Hall in Peaks Lane, Shalom Youth Centre in Grimsby, Oasis Academy in Immingham, and also the Hut in Hull.
And are you going to be doing it, John?
I am, yeah. This will be my 4th year doing it, so I'll be out there. I'll be bedding down at Freshney Place for the night and looking to raise plenty of funds for Sleep Easy.
Maybe someone from our team might join you down there.
We're certainly hopeful, yeah, that one of the team members might come out. I've brought some application forms with me, so perhaps I can get somebody signed up after this.
Okay, well maybe I'll be there. How do people get involved if they do want to?
If people want to sign up or to just donate, it's quite simple. Go to the website, which is www.sleepeasy.gcymca.com, and on there's all the information they need. Or if they want to call the office, it's 01472 693388.
Great. Well, thank you very much for coming in and telling us all about
Thanks,
that, John. James. It sounds like it's going to be interesting, but perhaps profound as well.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Don't forget that if you know of any local issues or stories, you can get in touch with us on phone by calling Grimsby 315561, on Facebook or Twitter at Estuary TV, or by emailing us on news@estuary.tv. That's all from us tonight. Thank you. We'll see you next time.